Hey y'all, good morning and welcome back to my channel. Today we will just be doing some maintenance here in my garden. All of my tomatoes have overgrown excuse Maple, she's barking. All of my tomatoes have overgrown the little stakes that I put in before, as you can probably see. So the stake stops about here and the tomatoes now are out here. So I would say maybe 3, almost close to 4 feet tall. So I'm just going to be updating the stakes for the tomatoes. I did build a new construction here that you can see, which is basically a version of the trellis over there. I am just going to take the stakes out of that's right here and kind of clip the tomatoes to this one. I did put this inside of the bed because when I made it, I measured wrong and it won't fit outside of the bed. That's all right. It fits inside the bed just fine. I don't really need the other side like this. I only need it for support. So we're just going to be clipping them to here since they'll bend, so it should be fine. And I'm just going to be using some scissors and some of this tomato cage tape that I have, like Velcro tape, to add the tomatoes, to attach the tomatoes to the trellis. Okay, so something is telling me to prune my tomatoes now that I have them all attached to the trellis here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. Definitely going to prune this Hungarian tomato. I wonder if I have too many like additional leaves. I like to leave my leaves on there. They can get some shade when it's hot out. But I wonder if they're not getting enough like airflow and that's what's causing the blossom end rot. So I'm going to snip almost all of their little leaves off to see if that helps. This is the only tomato so far that's had blossom end rot like this. I have a lemon boy over there. It didn't, it only like one tomato had blossom end rot. I picked it off and then the other kind of healed itself when I put the irrigation in, the soaker hoses in. So not sure what's going on with these. Not really sure. All right, so come with me to see something because I don't think this is my issue. I think this is a tomato, this particular variety. This is the Hungarian, get it here, the Hungarian Italian paste tomato. And as you guys can see, a lot of them have blossom end rot. And I put irrigation in here. Here is my soaker hose. I have another over there, as you can see. And that's a lot of tomatoes to have blossom end rot with proper watering because they get watered once a day. That's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tomatoes there, y'all. So I don't think this will be a variety that I grow next year. I do like the shapes of the tomatoes as they're coming in, but I don't think this will be one I grow next year. I have some more over there, so I'm going to check those when I get over there. Okay. I think that looks good. One more. Okay. Good thing about Velcro is if you don't have a piece that's long enough, you just cut off a little shorter piece, stick it together, and voila, long piece. I can get down here and attach this little guy. Somebody's having fun. I mean, when your only chore is to be cute. That's all you do is have fun. So that sums it up for over here. I don't know where this glove went, but we'll find it later. Most likely when we're cleaning up. I'm going to move over here to some tomatoes that need some steaks. I'm just going to take these, since these are small enough, and put them over there. And then we'll check out the other Hungarian wax tomato. Okay, so here are my two other Hungarian wax tomatoes. They are a lot smaller than the one over there, but they don't have blossom end rot. So I'm checking. I'm not seeing anything. I just love the shape of them. Look, they're so gorgeous. Here's another one that's kind of leaning in because we really need to put some ports over here. But this one doesn't have it either, and it's loaded as well. Yes, this is one plant, and it's loaded. Got sets. Let's see. There. Y'all see all of those sets? That's one Hungarian wax tomato. So I think I'm just going to call it a loss. Let me turn, you guys, you can see what's behind it. This is what is behind it now. Well, that looks pretty. So I've pruned them so they look very airy now. So hopefully that'll end it. But that right there is the Hungarian wax that has a lot of blossom end rot on it. So hopefully me pruning them will help. But if I don't get many tomatoes off of that one, I won't be too mad. As you can see, we have multiples right there. It's a tight space. Bear with me. And we have these tomatoes. There's actually a row of tomatoes here. The only ones I know for sure are these two Hungarian wax, based off the shape. And then that is this one here, like with that tomato there. That is my yellow lollipop tomato, which I actually have some that I can pull. I'll show you guys that. And then if I step back and we get a tour there, we also have these tomatoes. These are my Black Beauty tomatoes here. And then these are my Cherry Key purple tomatoes here. I have a suspicious tomato. This one here, I don't know what it is. Started off looking like a Hungarian wax. You can tell by the shape, but it's too big for Hungarian wax, and I don't know what it is. But since we're talking about tomatoes, let me show you guys this one black tomato I'm ready to pull. Look at that. Gorgeous. It's as big as my hand. This is the biggest tomato that I have grown, and I have a couple of them that's like that, and they don't have any type of disease or anything, but they do need to be. I need to, as you can see, here's that support that I had in the other ones, and then this is how tall the plant is. So I gotta address that. Right now, though, we will be adding the supports to my tomatoes, my row of tomatoes here that need it. Okay, so now that I have this area of tomatoes cleaned up, as you can see, I did prune a few of them. And just basically did some cleanup, prune them and stake them. So these over here are ready to go. We're going to turn our attention to not the peas that are starting to produce, even though I thought they weren't going to, or my sunflower, or my sunflowers that, or my sunflower, or my sunflowers that have started to flower. I'm going to turn our attention to this over here, this area. So for these three, because they have overgrown the stakes so much you can barely see them. I'm going to show you what I'm doing. So these little pipes that I have here is actually the building material for that greenhouse. I had another one before and it broke in a storm. And when I purchased the new one, I just kept some of the tools. So literally what I'm able to do now is add a bit of the connectors that I saved, add it onto the stake, and then take another pole and add it on there. And now I've got a taller stake. I just wanted you to see how loaded this one tomato is. So I had trimmed it to 4, and I have tomatoes there, of course. This is on a different branch, and that has a big tomato on it. That tomato is a part of this one. And then there's a baby right there, and then there is some trying to get to it. Like right there. That is crazy. This is the most tomatoes I've had on one plant ever. Whew, y'all, I am tired, and this is just the beginning. So have a lot more to go, but doesn't that look so much better? And just, oh, I didn't mean to kick the camera. But you guys look at the sets. I mean, just gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Biggest tomatoes I've ever grown. I probably need to clip that one. And we got that one over there, and then got another big one. Then there. So, and if you guys are wondering where Maple Ann is and all this work, she's right there, soaking up the sun, being the best girl ever. So thank you for joining me this morning on the maintenance and cleanup here in the garden. There will be a part 2 to this video because I've only addressed the tomatoes in this bed and these 3 tomatoes here. I still have these 3 tomatoes to address, that volunteer tomato over there, and all of the tomatoes on the other side, which is a lot because I have the ones inside of the garden beds, and then I have the ones in containers that needs to be like addressed really bad. So stay tuned for part 2. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. No, I did not find my glove, but it's all right. They cost $1. We'll get another one. You guys enjoy.